Hi everyone, I'm back with another video. So in this video, I wanted to help beginner sellers kind of start their closet and help with how to present your closet where people actually want to buy from your closet. So here's a few tips. I have notes here so I don't forget because I'm so brand new to YouTube that I don't know, like I'm still trying to get used to talking to a camera, and then when I do talk to the camera, I forget what I'm gonna say. So I wrote this stuff down. Okay, so the very first and probably the most important thing I think to make your closet stand out from everyone else's closet is good pictures. So for good pictures, you want to make sure that when you take a picture of your item, you don't have a cluttered background or anything in the background that will make people not want to buy it, because you don't know what people are thinking. And even though your house may be really clean and there's no smells or anything from on the clothes, people don't know that. So when you take a photo and you just take any kind of photo and there's all kinds of stuff in the background, people don't want to buy from that, won't buy that from you, because in their mind they're thinking, oh, they're going to think that their item's going to come dirty or messy. That's just what people think. And maybe that's not true, but just don't even eliminate those thoughts from people's minds. So just make sure when you take a picture of your item, it's a nice clean background. Also, you want the lighting to be as good as possible. So I know many of you guys are new to Poshmark and maybe you're only selling things from your closet, or you don't want to spend money on studio lights, or neither do I. So I do have studio lights now, but for the longest time I didn't. And even though I do have studio lights, guys, I barely use them. I would rather just take a photo in the nice natural light, and it's easier and it's less work for me because then I don't have to set up lights and all this stuff, So natural lighting is good if you don't want to spend money, and I'll show you guys how I do that. So here you go. Here's an example of how I list stuff normally on a day-to-day. Okay. So all you guys have to do is take a photo like this, hang it there with a nice white background. Here we go. Take it, and that's it. You guys get the idea. And then you guys go, once you have the picture of the actual item, and you don't want this doorknob and everything to be shown, you just go into your photos like I'm doing here, and you crop it out. And then it looks like that. So now it looks clean and nice. Okay, second tip is your words, your keywords that you're going to use. So don't just put up black Michael Kors pants. Like for instance, here, I have to list these. So, don't just put, I don't know, black polka dot Michael Kors pants. Actually, research this item, like go into Google and research the item, and then find some keywords to put that you think people are actually going to research. This is going to help people find your item, because Poshmark has really good Google ranking. And actually, if you Google some stuff on Poshmark, on Google, a lot of Poshmark items will come up. So you want your item to come to Google. When people search for it, you want your item to show up on Google. That's how people are going to buy from you. So I will show you guys an example right here. You have the tag here. So if you don't have the tag, you can just write in the description of the item. But I'm going to just do it because I have the tag here. So Michael Kors, and I have the actual listing. And I already did it to make sure it was there. So anyway, you type that in. And here's the pants. So all we have to do is since we're here, we're going to take the stock photos. I'll show you guys how to take the stock photos too. So here's the pants, and here's what they titled it: Michael Kors Slice Dot Soft Pants. So that's what you can put on your Poshmark listing: Michael Kors Slice Dot Pants. Fill up as many letters you can put on top of your title. So size 12. The third tip is to model your items if you can. I know some people don't, and some I don't like model the clothes, but for like my bags and stuff, I model the item because people want to see how it actually looks on a person. And honestly, it showcases better if you model it versus just putting it up on the bag rack or whatever. And here, I'll show you guys an example of a bag that I'm trying to sell of me modeling it. So here's the example. And it just helps people get an idea of how the bag hangs on their shoulder, the size of the bag, how it look against them. It's just an easier way to sell the item. So I always try my best, especially for handbags. I will model those so people can see how it looks. Okay, and then another tip is if, like, for instance, you don't want to model the clothing, just look for the stock photos. So I'll show you guys right now how I look for stock photos. And all you do is once you get you find your stock photo, you put it on your listing, and you can put that on the cover, like the very first what is that called? Your listing, the cover photo. So that will be the first thing people see when they come on, when they see your item, and that's better, I think, than having like a flat lay. And if you can't model it or you can't find a stock photo, which is very possible, use a mannequin. If you don't want to spend the money on the mannequin, then just try your best to take a good photo. But the mannequin will do just as good to show people how the item was going to look on. Okay. And then the last tip I have here is take as many pictures as possible. So Poshmark only allows a certain amount of photos on your listing. So I want to show you guys how you can add more photos on that listing, because some people, they don't want to do 2 listings for one item, and it makes people have to do more work. The less work buyers have to do in your closet, the more inclined they are to buy your item. If all they have to do is they see everything they want on your listing, they're gonna buy it. The less questions they have to ask you, because here's the thing, when someone is going on your closet, it's kind of like they're shopping for something they don't need. Okay, so these are just things that people want. So what you want to do is go off of like that impulse buy. The more time someone has to think about buying your stuff, the less likely they're gonna buy your stuff. So the less questions they have and the more pictures you have to make them make that buying decision right then and there, the more likely I think you're going to be able to sell your item. So I'm going to show you a way that you can put more photos on that one listing right here. And I think that's all the tips I have for you guys.